Beautiful up-the-line approach shot from Kaitlyn Parenteau and a beautiful drop volley on the backhand side.
2-0.
Oh, wow. So we had some signage fall down. Kaitlyn Christian could have had a beef with that, but she just goes back to her return spot. So no issues.
Point.
This is just a fantastic start for Kaitlyn Parenteau.
Yeah, and a player that really needs it too, right? Dropped down to the 4 seed, has had some frustrating losses this season. She was at the start of the season at number 2 in the ranks.
4-0.
Wow, so we have an extremely early timeout from Kaitlyn Christian, and Kaitlyn Parenteau firing on all cylinders early.
It's currently the #1 selling paddle at Pickleball Central, and we're happy to have them courtside with us.
And that is a beautiful shot from one of his athletes, Kaitlyn Christian, there on the backhand side. She's going to need some more just like that to get back in game 1 after that blistering start from Kaitlyn Parenteau.
Mark Siegel also with him, VP of Ops. A slapper of a finish from Kaitlyn Christian, showing off.
Yeah, and the Proton athletes have been playing well. CJ Klinger, big win yesterday against the Johns brothers. We saw Megan Dizon and Donald Young in the Celebrity Showdown last night, so all good.
Yeah, they're unique paddles for sure. Charles has a background in the information technology and aerospace and defense industry, so he channeled that knowledge and applied it to the sports worlds. And has really taken over in a lot of ways. Great looking center court outside as well.
Side out.
Into the net for Kaitlyn Christian.
Yeah, that backhand return from Parenteau floated a little bit, so Kaitlyn Christian needs to get dialed right here. That is a ball she must put in play and forced Kaitlyn to come up with a passing shot.
Side out.
No harm done. Ball back over to Kaitlyn Christian. Using some positive self-talk. She always does a great job of that, of staying mentally tough.
2-5. Point.
Heavy serve and interesting court positioning from Kaitlyn Christian on that serve, all the way out wide on the right side, possibly looking to get a sharper angle.
3-5.
She has a little walk-up approach with her serve. Sam Querrey talked about that yesterday. Great angle from Parenteau at the kitchen.
Yeah, and Kaitlyn Parenteau getting fired up. Just a little dip in level after that timeout, and that last shot will do wonders for her confidence moving forward.
5-3.
That's too good. Really nice there from Kaitlyn Christian. Fully cross court with the two-handed backhand and then changing her spot up the line.
3-5.
You always want to pair those shots together. Give your opponent maximum responsibility to cover.
How about that? Clean winner for Kaitlyn Parenteau, cross courts.
Just elite footwork from Kaitlyn. She always takes those little stutter steps, always balanced, always has a consistent contact point on her shots.
Point.
A little skip and a winner for Kaitlyn Parenteau, 6-3 lead in game number 1.
Yeah, completely different vibe from the previous women's singles match where there was a lot of back of the court play. These ladies are looking to come forward to the kitchen line and maximize their pressure.
Point.
That's deep too. Parenteau off to a big lead over on grandstand. Leah Jansen and Kate Fahey squaring off. You can watch all the action on the new Pickleball TV app. Great hit by Kaitlyn Christian.
And we saw the variety of Kaitlyn on full display in that point. and it's neutralized with the lefty
3-7.
forehand from Kaitlyn Christian.
Kate Fahey, by the way, up a game on Jansen. Adam. Big news
Point.
and a big rip for Kaitlyn Christian.
A great inside-out forehand. And yeah, and that's, you know, that's a pretty even matchup, Kate Fahey, Leah Jansen. And I think I might
4-7.
actually lean towards the lower seed and Kate Fahey having a slight edge.
Point.
Yeah, Kaitlyn forced
Timeout
into a
receiver,
tough
5-7.
position there. Really only chance is to throw that ball up high and hope to reset. And Kaitlyn Christian has different ideas with a great put away overhead.
She does, trailing now by just 2. We're going to step aside with a timeout called on Parenteau's bench. More to come from Proton Championship Court. For Kate Fahey.
7-5.
Also have one more tournament left to gain points in Milwaukee.
Yeah, I
Point.
hope Kate Fahey gave Judith Castillo a big hug for taking out Mary Brasha earlier in the tournament.
That helped.
8-5.
It was a 3-game battle, too. Great play out of the timeout called by Catherine Parenteau.
It all started with a big serve from Catherine, forcing Kaitlyn Christian into a slice return. Usually only want to go to that slice shot when you're in trouble, not off of a return of serve.
9-5.
Just wide for CP. Ball back
Point.
on the side of Kaitlyn Christian.
Yeah, this is still just a
was it
really
out?
nice start
Okay.
to this match for Catherine Parenteau, who had a
Side out.
real tough time getting through Angie Walker 11-6,
5-9.
13-11 in the previous round.
Side out.
Too good from Catherine Parenteau.
You know, just approach shot not good enough. So I agree completely, Michelle, that the shot was very good from Catherine, but it was kind of just sitting up
9-5.
for her to take it.
Catherine Parenteau still looking for her first
Point.
title of the year. She's gotten silver several times.
Game point.
5 finals for her this year.
10-5.
Lost all of those to Annalie Waters. Feathery touch from
Side
Kaitlyn
out.
Christian. Don't count her out quite yet. 1 game point saved.
I just love it when they slide.
Yeah.
So good, even though Catherine couldn't make it to that last ball. Just incredible athleticism from
5-10.
both ladies.
Too
Point.
good.
Yes, and that's some of the variety that I talked about Catherine Parenteau having the edge on. That is great pace control from Kaitlyn Christian. We know she can rip it, but if she can start finding more shots
6-10.
like that, it's big trouble.
3 finals on the year for Kaitlyn Christian. Ooh, she gets it. Perfect touch.
And that's a nice shot combination from Kaitlyn Christian. She can carve that backhand volley with slice, with angle, and she can also push it up the line. You see on the replay,
7-10.
Catherine Parenteau is charging hard for that drop volley, and that's not what she got.
Point. Timeout receiver. 8-10.
Inside end forehand paints the line from Kaitlyn Christian. Looked like
I have bad bunions. Wish they'd disappear.
Lapiplasty.
Sup, future me. And no bunions. How?
Lapiplasty.
Lapiplasty corrects bunions at the source, meaning you're back in sneakers in weeks.
Lapiplasty.
Weeks! The future of bunion surgery is here. Learn more at lapiplasty.com. Risks include infection, pain, and loss of correction.
absolutely no chance of a paddle tap after game 2 between those two competitors, Leah Jansen and Kate Fahey, and a big issue
Game
on the
point.
serve coming out of the timeout for Kaitlyn
10-8.
Christian. Game point for CP.
Just
Side out.
wide for Parenteau, and Christian saves another.
Yeah.
And a big run at game point one that she saved. We'll see what she has here.
8-10. Side out.
And just didn't quite get underneath that last
Game
ball.
point.
Kaitlyn Christian smacking her thigh in disgust. She knows that is a
10-8.
ball she must come up with.
Game point number 3 for Parenteau.
Side
To
out.
the corner she goes. She saves another.
I mean, I thought Kaitlyn Parenteau was going to roll that second pass cross court. So that is great anticipation from Kaitlyn Christian to just hold line.
8-10.
Oh, cross-court pass for Kaitlyn Christian. Here she comes, down 1.
It's a beauty. I mentioned it in the Annalie Waters match as well. Holding in that front shoulder on the backhand. Semi-closed stance. Is she going to push it line? Is she going to whip it
9-10.
cross court? She goes with the ladder.
She could tie it up right here. It's deep.
Point.
Kaitlyn Christian ties it at 10. 3 game points saved.
Ten. Side out.
That's good rips from the back of the court from Kaitlyn Parenteau, but Kaitlyn Christian in a pretty solid position to execute that last volley. She wasn't stretching, it was in her strike zone, and still missed it long.
10-10. Point.
Just wide for Christian. Kaitlyn Parenteau takes back game point number 4 on
Game
her
point.
side.
11-10. Side out.
To the corner. Christian gets the ball back, saves another game point.
Yeah, wonderful anticipation. Kaitlyn Christian had a step head start
10-11.
on covering that last ball from Kaitlyn.
A snapping volley from the kitchen from Kaitlyn Parenteau and a heavy angle too.
Yeah, Katherine's return right on the line. Kaitlyn Christian just looks
point.
down at it, just like, really, Katherine, in this big
11-10.
moment, you're going to hit a return like that? Katherine says, yes, I am.
Game point number 5 for CP. What a kick from Parenteau on the backhand reach volley. 12-10, game 1, and the quarterfinals are just getting started between these two. Game 2, point 1, just to
0-0.
regroup. That's her routine. She's done it since her tennis days.
Just
Ball
wide.
was wide. I think it was just a touch wide. 2 is close, really close.
Everybody likes Adams, no matter how you spell
Hold
it,
it out.
Michelle. So
Okay. Point. One zero. Side out. Nose out.
Kaitlyn did such a wonderful job of using the entirety of the court on that forehand approach to the corner and had one of
0-1.
the easier volleys you will see and missed it.
Oh, full scramble and a great execution by Kaitlyn Christian.
Instant redemption. After that easy miss, it comes back with much more difficult shots and comes up with all of those.
1-0.
Christian back to serve now here in game 2, looking to make a comeback to even out the match series to force a third deciding game. Last 2 meetings have gone that way.
0-1. Point.
That's good. Kaitlyn Parenteau ties it up at one apiece early in game 2.
Yeah, absolute beauty from Kaitlyn Parenteau. Those passing shots have been on point, and she's going to need them because Christian is not going to stop coming forward.
Point.
And that's what it's been for Kaitlyn Christian. It's an amazingly well-played point, and then just a couple sloppy errors mixed in. If she can clean up those random errors, I think she might even have an edge in this matchup.
Point.
You know, and that one, that's not an easy error. That's a great passing shot from Kaitlyn and a tough volley to execute. So that's not exactly what I'm talking about.
I think you're talking more the unforced errors.
Yeah, you get the idea.
More in the controllable situations.
Okay, so a slice and stay back on the return for Kaitlyn Christian, and I think a tough decision there from Kaitlyn, who was looking for that short topspin angle. I think the risk outweighed the reward on that particular shot selection.
Point.
To the backhand twice for Christian. Takes another.
Two, three.
Drop volley of beauty for Kaitlyn Parenteau. Perfect time to drop it in.
Yeah, and a really safe one, too. She didn't, Kaitlyn Christian was out of position, so Kaitlyn didn't need to go for too much. So I love those, you know, high margin for error, and you get the reward you're looking for.
Side out. Two, three.
Look at a perfect overhead finish.
Oh, that's a great volley from Kaitlyn Parenteau. I'm trying to figure out exactly on the right side of the court the serve positioning from Kaitlyn Christian, because she has been in the corner and she has been tight to the center line, and she's kind of been moving back and forth between those two positions. She seems to be looking for a forehand on the third shot.
Ooh, took that volley from down under.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to figure out where the edge is coming from and what the reasoning behind it is.
Timeout, receiver, 4-2.
So looks like a stoppage of play and a delayed timeout from Kaitlyn Christian.
We're going to take a quick break with her. Kaitlyn, one heck of a year.
4-2.
Yeah, seems to just be getting bigger and better.
Side out.
And speaking of bigger and better, that is a heck of a swinging two-handed backhand volley from Kaitlyn Christian. Exactly what she needed to earn the side out and put that ball back on her paddle. Out wide again for the serve.
Point.
And she's definitely, when she's out wide on the right side, she's going more out wide with the serve. And when she is tighter to the center line, she's going more with the tee up the middle serve. So that has been fairly consistent.
Point.
Just what the doctor ordered. 3 straight now out of the timeout.
Ooh, love that drop touch from Kaitlyn Parenteau.
Just so delicate. And to do it straight ahead as well. So often that drop volley is going to go cross court. It's exactly where Kaitlyn Christian was running. But Kaitlyn just feathered it right over.
Side out. Four. Point.
I actually like the idea from Kaitlyn to return to the forehand there. She's been mostly trying to force that ball to the backhand of Kaitlyn Christian. But Kaitlyn Christian's movement is so good. She was able to plant that left foot push off back to the right side and hit a very nice passing shot.
Timeout called by Captain Parenteau. Let's take on some bonus coverage, shall we, Adam? Over on Grandstand, a third game thriller between Leah Jansen, the 3 seed, and the 9 seed, Kate Fahey. Fahey currently with a 2-point edge. They're in a timeout too, but this is a fun match you absolutely need to be watching over on our Pickleball TV app. Just launched. You can catch 4 courts worth of coverage here from the Lapiplasty World Championships rounds. Who's your money on in this game 3 for Kate Fahey and Leah Jansen?
Well, I said before the match started that I give a very slight edge to Kate Fahey, and looks like the score line is showing that, even though 7-5 in the third. You know, I don't want to toot my own horn, it's just kind of how it worked out. So I think that'll be a battle. Leah Jansen, one of the best volleyers at the kitchen line in all of women's singles. And man, does Kate Fahey, she has that fight.
She does.
She always seems to come up with the big points when she needs them and puts a ton of balls back in play.
Such a good mover too. And they're in action now. They're in game 3. Leah Jansen back to serve, trailing by just 1 now. Let's hang on both for a little while longer. Kaitlyn Christian back to serve.
Side out. Four, 5.
Ooh, pretty finish for Catherine Parenteau. Ties it at 5.
Yeah, I mean, I understand it's 5-5, but I really think Catherine needed that, as Kaitlyn Christian has been building throughout this second game.
He gives the ball back. Meanwhile, over to Leah Jansen on your right. Jansen with a chance to tie it at 7. Big put away for Catherine Parenteau, on top by 1.
Yeah, can't have such a weak return from Kaitlyn Christian, just inviting Catherine Parenteau to come forward.
Jansen trying to tie it here on the right. And she will. Fahey dumps the volley into the net. Big tournament for Kate Fahey. Playing for points. Keep an eye on that, of course, over on the app, pickleballtv.com. We'll have all the information you need to get there.
Point.
Nice time to come forward, and I know the ball was about a foot wide, but not the easiest of leaves for Kaitlyn Christian. Nice work
6-6.
to pull the paddle back.
That's so good. I mean, she strikes the serve wide and darts over to the line almost.
All right.
Oh my, the call was wide.
Timeout. We have
And it's a tough break, because if this is overturned.
7-6. Point.
Couple passing shots lately for Catherine Parenteau have gone awry.
8-6.
Just what the doctor ordered for Kaitlyn.
Nice spot for Catherine Parenteau.
Yeah, even as well as Kaitlyn Christian moves, if you get too deep in that backhand corner to find a forehand, just so far out of position when you're playing such a quality opponent, it really hurts you.
6-8. Side out.
Look at the slide for Captain Parenteau.
8-6.
And just a little ginger when kind of getting out of the mini splits.
Side out.
She'll take a miss off the paddle of Kaitlyn Christian. Catherine Parenteau now could tie it at 8.
6-8. Point.
And that's exactly the issue. 2 unforced errors, not forced. One on the swinging backhand volley and then the return.
Over on Grandstand, Leah Jansen with a match point on Kate Fahey. Up 10-8 right now.
Point.
A little trickery on the serve from Kaitlyn Parenteau, going short in the court with side spin.
Eight.
Christian's gonna have some bruises. In full
Point.
command now is Kaitlyn Parenteau, peaking at the right time in game 2.
Absolutely
Timeout receiver,
painting
9-8.
the sideline.
Proton power right there.
Fix.
9-8. 9-8.
Semi-final spot on the line for both these players. Kaitlyn Parenteau to serve. And just the same sequence, Adam, that backhand punch has been fruitful for her down the line.
Yeah, it
Match
has.
point.
And I even think the approach shot is more impressive.
10-8.
Match point for
Side
CP,
out.
sends it into the net.
Oh,
Kaitlyn
almost.
Christian alive.
Almost decelerated on that backhand. Thought Kaitlyn was just going to rip away and held back.
8-10.
Heavy cut.
Point.
Call was wide from Christian. Kate Fahey on the right with a chance to tie it. Wow, unbelievable ground knees from Leah Jansen.
Side out.
And Kaitlyn Christian sends that one into the net. Match point number 2 for Kaitlyn Parenteau. Another match point for Leah Jansen on the right.
I mean, this is
Match
intense
point.
right now.
This is
I'm not
wild.
quite sure what to do, Michelle.
Just sit back, relax, and enjoy.
10-9.
Get the popcorn out.
Side out.
Miss third for CP. Another match point saved for Christian. Jansen could close it out here.
9-10.
It's wide. Jansen going crazy at the call. I thought I saw it wide too, Adam.
Oh my goodness.
And Kate Fahey with another chance to tie it. Kaitlyn Christian, meanwhile, on Proton Championship court, does tie it at 10. We'll keep the chaos going, and Kate Fahey ties it at 10-2.
Point.
That's deep for Parenteau. Game point swings over to Kaitlyn Christian.
Game points. 11-10. Side out.
Leah Jansen gets the pass at 10-all. Kaitlyn Parenteau
10-11.
saves a game point. Has a chance to tie it at 11. CP ties it up, 11 apiece. Now to the right, Leah Jansen back to serve. Let's keep the chaos going. It's too good not to.
11-11.
Oh my, close on the third. Ooh, Fahey, just a step behind it. Here on center, Christian
Point.
fumbles it down into the net. Match point for CP. Match point for Leah Jansen.
Match point. $12-11.
Kaitlyn Parenteau
Point,
closes it out on center court. An unbelievable moment and great perseverance in game 2 to take it 13-11, and Kate Fahey just saved a match point against Leah Jansen. Think of a game 3 thriller again in the quarterfinals.
Thanks, Mish. Oh my gosh. first of all, welcome in. We all had our mouths dropped to the floor here. CP, we had you guys in a 2-box. It was 10-9, 10-10. I mean, first of all, what'd you think of that win? How incredible was that match? Were you hearing it on the other side, or were you just locked in on yours?
I probably heard a few screams for sure, like one from Leah and one from Kate, and I was like, okay, it's intense. And then I heard at one point somebody said, okay, it's going into a third game. So I was like, oh, they're having a pretty good match as well. So, I mean, yeah, I heard them, and that's crazy. 14-12 in the third.
A lot of emotion out there.
A lot of emotion. And same with your match as well. We'll take a look at the draw here, but your match, it almost seemed like this was one of the most intense matches you've played in a while. I mean, I've never really seen you react that way to the crowd, giving them all high fives, but take a look here. Semifinals, you're going up against your girl, Annalie Waters, and then locked in below there, Davice Fahey. That is going to be an intense one as well. A lot of ground strokes, for sure. But I'll come back to you, Kaitlyn. It was such a great win. From what it looked like on my end throughout the match, it was variety. That's what really got you the win here. Was that something that you and Athena planned on heading in?
For sure. Last night I watched a lot of video or a lot of film on Kaitlyn. She's been playing so well. I mean, she has a huge serve, huge forehand, so I had to make sure I didn't want to give her that many forehands. Yeah. So the goal was to mix it up a little bit and try to go to her backhand and open up the court that way.
Yeah, you started the year number 2 in the world. Now you're number 4. A couple ups and downs, little struggles on the singles court, which is fine. Now you're finding yourself in Dallas playing your best again. How did you come to kind of get to this form again where you had success last year?
Yeah, I skipped actually a really big tournament in Atlanta. I think mentally I was just like, I don't know. I was having a really hard time with my singles game. And I was like, let me give myself a break. And I felt like it really helped me to kind of just reset. And then little by little, I kept thinking about like, it's a process, you know, it's just every tournament I was doing a little bit better and better. So I'm just so happy to be able to finish the year strong and to play my girl, AL. She's been playing amazing, so it's going to be really hard tomorrow, but I just hope I can go out there and give it all.
That's my next question. You led into it. Obviously, it's what the fans wanted to see. 2 against 4 last year's final. You had a lot of match points. What's it going to take to obviously flip the script this year and get to Championship Sunday, take it all the way, hopefully?
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to be very aggressive, come in. And again, my goal is just to make it competitive. I mean, she's been playing amazing in singles, and I want to make it as close as possible and just see if I can get the W. But I know it's going to be a tough match, and I'm looking forward to it.
Well, I know last year, I think it was, as of then, the best singles match we'd seen just on the women's side of things. But we're going to take a look now at one of another best singles that we've seen here. Some match highlights from you. We know we talked about variety here, but what specifically were you trying to accomplish? Here's game 1 for you that was working so well.
Oh, yeah, so I was trying to go behind her. She's so fast side to side. So when she would come at the net first, I was really trying to go, you know, behind her and maybe go back behind her, but she figured it out. So I had to really make sure I was mixing it up on my passes.
What's going through your mind? Game 2, you were down a game point. Is it like, are you even focusing on maybe the next, I don't want to go 3, or is it like, all right, just 1 point at a time, I just need to get the serve back and that's it?
For sure, I was really trying to stay positive. I think that's what really helped me to get the W today. In the past, I think this year I was struggling a little bit with the positivity, so I've been really focused on being positive and just going for my shot, trusting myself, and just really happy to get the win against Kaitlyn.
I got to ask about the outfit. I'll give you a little shout out to Skechers. I love the people can't see, but the purple shoes match the top. Is that a design you picked? Are you in these design meetings?
Yes, I mean, they're so amazing. Skechers, they were able to, I was able to sit down with them and just go over some different outfits, different colors, and they're like, okay, well, what kind of outfit do you want for your purple shoes? So we were able to come up with some purple tops, so I'm just so lucky to be able to be sponsored by such an amazing company.
Well, I love that, and I always love the hat CP, and then I love when you take it off. I'm like, it's a different person coming out, a little bit more intense, but congratulations to you and good luck the rest of this weekend.
Thank you.
We're going to go to break, but we will have more of the World Championships when we return, coming back with men's singles to wrap that up before we head into mixed. Good luck there. Tyson McGuffin, Kwang Duong next.